Can we please have some order? We want to debate and hear each other out on human rights resolutions, so please take your conversations out in the hall or wait until we're done. No, I still hear noise. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, on commence au microphone numéro 4.
Mic 4.
Point of personal privilege. If anyone has gravel, could you please come and find me? I'm having a really bad morning of morning sickness, and I would really appreciate some ASAP so that I can help. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. It's got to be one of the most interesting points of privilege, and I hope you get some help.
Mic
Okay.
3.
Microphone 3. Yes.
Hi, my name is Chad Gillard. I use he, him, they, them pronouns. I'm from Winnipeg, Manitoba. This is my first federal NDP convention. I stand in full favor of this resolution because as a person who identified myself as a person with disabilities, I've been involved with domestic violence, and domestic violence has effectively, physically, emotionally, cognitively, and financially. And one of the things with domestic violence that I always get from people is just forget about it and move on. And my response with that is, why can't you always remember this? Because the domestic violence has a full effect, and it damages people. It damages. It has long-term effects with how people live their lives. And when I see people get abuse from family relationship, it has a long impacting damage with that, and it also gets people hard to trust. How can I trust anyone if they're going to go through the same, making sure that they don't get abuse again, and that's why I stand full favor of this resolution. Thank you.
Thank you, Delegate. I just want to note that you were a con mic and speaking in favor, but given the inordinate number of people who have done that in a little bit of a more sneaky way by saying, but I think it doesn't go far enough, I felt it was absolutely fair to let you finish your comments.
I am for this resolution. I wanted to take the opportunity to adjust the equity card systems, which I understand is a rule that's already adopted. But given that we're dealing with human rights and Canadian identity, it seemed like an appropriate time. So I apologize for interrupting this resolution, but I have suggested wording for the equity card system, if we can hear that.
Okay, we'll do that. Can we do that at the end of the...
Certainly, yes.
Okay. And yes, let's do it at the end, and then we'll see. So we'll go to microphone 3. There's a point of personal privilege on mic 1. Go ahead.
Some of us with hearing problems, both those screens over there are en français. We need one of them to be in English.
Thank you so much, Delegate. So yes, I see that. The captioning is it on all of the screens? Oh, there, it's fixed now. Okay, thanks for bringing that to our attention. All right, where was I? It was 4, 2, 3.
I'd like to call this resolution to question.
Okay, so you'd like us to go to the vote?
Yes.
All those in favor of the resolution, please indicate. Thank you. Opposed? Carries. Merci. Alors, au microphone numéro 2.
So microphone number 2, you wanted to propose. Merci.
So yes, I move that the standing rules of the convention be amended to expand the equity card system beyond gender to include racialized, indigenous, two-spirit, LGBTQIA delegates and persons living with disabilities, and to include a directive for their use based on the impact of resolutions. I have wording. If it's seconded, I think, or should I read the whole thing? Number 1, to ensure diversity of voices that reflects the whole movement, equity cards by delegates who identify, or equity cards may be used by delegates who identify as women, racialized, indigenous, two-spirit, LGBTQIA, or as persons living with disabilities. Number 2, in assigning the floor, the chair should...
La motion a été proposée et adoptée.
The motion proposed was adopted, and we're going to vote on that motion now. So we need 2/3 support to change the list of priority of speakers. So everybody in favor of the resolution, please raise your cards. Thank you. Against? Opposed? Thank you. It's been adopted, so we are going to proceed with this new priority now.
David Matthew Jones. My pronouns are he, him, ill. It's my first time here at convention. I just turned 21 and I'm representing University of Calgary New Democrats. Thank you so much for the time. I fully support the spirit of this resolution, but I'm about to say something that no New Democrat here has said so far. This simply does not go far enough.
Yeah, I have a quick comment. Quinn Jones, he, him from the Victoria EDA. I am not speaking in opposition to this. All I'm saying is it doesn't go far enough to echo what Leah Gazan was saying. And I hate to think that someone would say that when it comes to consent with the ability to say no, I would hate to think someone saying you should have gotten that in writing. So it should be in writing that the ability for Indigenous nations to say no should be in this resolution.
Okay. You're not asking for it to be referred to at that, though. You're just noting that
no,
point.
but I'm
Okay.
just noting that it should include it should say the ability for Indigenous nations to refuse these developments.
Okay, thank you, Delegate.
It's a point of...
Go ahead.
It's got a point of privilege. The microphones seem really low today. It's hard to hear everyone at the mic. Between the background noise and the volume in here with the microphones, it's really hard to hear. And the closed captioning also is slower to make it hard to keep up with what's going on.
Thank you, Delegate.
I have a hearing impairment and I'm struggling to hear the delegates, and I know that you are too. Let's have some order. We'll hear from the delegate on microphone 1, please.
Merci. This is the second today about this matter and the fourth time at this convention. When it was being spoken in English, someone made a decision to not put it up there and wrote, "This is being said in English." That's fine if you don't have a hearing problem, but when you do, it needs to be there. And this is the second time I've had to make that comment today, and it's been, you know, I've had to make that comment just about every day. So please make sure that it's up on the screen for us who are having difficulty following, whether en anglais or en français, s'il vous plaît.
Very important point of privilege. Thank you. Microphone 3.
Yes, Virginia Burton, Burlington, also the coordinator of the Ontario Disability Committee. It's a point of personal privilege, and it's a little bit involved, but I would like to do it, please. It's really important. It's with regards to disabilities in this convention. I would like anyone in this room that has a disability or is a caregiver for someone with a disability to just put their hand up, plus all these people behind me. This issue is really important. We have found that through this convention, we have been marginalized and couldn't fully participate. Issues with elevators that wouldn't go to the third floor, accessible meetings that are not sensitive to accessibility needs and requirements. We are not in the same boat as our regular people that come to convention. We require more time, more things to do, and those weren't there.
I also rise on a point of privilege, and for the sake of resolutions, I'll make it brief. The specific most recent problem is that during the previous speaker from the Socialist International, the English language caption simply said, "Speaking French, translation unavailable." This convention has just not been good enough on this front, folks. So I have a request. In British Columbia, we formed a subcommittee of people who have disabilities and who've been delegates to provincial convention to review that convention, to identify the problems and to come up with recommendations for the future. None of us want to come here 2 years later and experience the same because there's been no system in place to deal with it.
My name is Ben McGilly. I'm from Condona, St. Paul, and I'm also disabled too. And I just want to say how the schedule was a little bit cramped together. I know that, but it would be nice to hold, preferably next convention, because I'm not sure if I'm able to make it in person, to have it somehow hybrid. So I'd like to make a motion that
That's
we look
feedback
into that next
that
time.
you should pass on to the federal council, who in the next couple of years, I'm sure will be planning our next convention. You have elected co-chairs from your committees. You have regional representatives.
Okay,
we can
thank
make
you.
a better plan collectively to do better.
Okay, thank you.
Somebody want some resolutions now?